Now, one of the last things that we need to do is to join the wells to the counties. We want to get an idea of how many active gas wells are in each of the counties. So that's going to require a spatial join. So I'm wanting to end up, my output of the spatial join needs to be the county polygons. So that tells me that that's where I must start. So I'm going to right click on my AR counties and I'm going to choose joins and join. And I'm going to join to another layer based on spatial location. It's going to be the active gas wells. And I want to use this first option because it's going to give me a count, a field showing the count of how many points fall inside of it, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So I see the word output here, so I know I'm going to create some data. So I'm going to put this one as county wells. And I make sure it goes into my folder and I pick OK. And the output is going to give me a new layer of counties. Sometimes the spatial join can take a few minutes. So the output that we're going to get here will be shapes of polygons that represent the county boundaries. And the important thing that we're going to get in addition to that is a count of how many points fall within each county. So that's what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to show these counties in graduated colors based on the quantity of wells that are inside of each county. The spatial join is taking a little bit longer than it typically does. I hope everything's going to turn out okay, but we'll just have to wait and see. There are a lot of points, 9,000 some odd points that's being counted into each of those polygons, so it can do it faster than I can, that's for sure. Okay, so we finally have our output. I'm finished with my original Arkansas counties, so I'm just going to remove those, kind of keep my map nice and neat. And I'm going to drag my new counties down to the bottom so that I can see all the other stuff above it. So when I open the attribute table with my new county wells layer, at the end of it, I should see a count field, which I do, which is good. This is the field that we're going to use to base the symbols of our counties on. So what I want to do is graduated color, and the count is a quantity. So I'm going to go into my County Wells Symbology tab, quantity, count, And I've actually given you some specifics on how many classes that you should have. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 classes, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right, 6. So we're going to have to modify the classification method, change that to 6, and we're going to change the way these breaks. So I want the first one to break at 0, and then we want to break at 50, 100, 250, 500, and we'll just let that one go all the way out to where it needs to include that one. So pick OK. And I want the zeros to be white, so set that color to be white. And so now we have our graduated color map. There's one more step that I think I'll go ahead and include in this video. This video is getting a little bit long, but the next thing we need to do is include the labels of the counties. And so I only want to label those counties that have active gas wells. So I'm going to go back into my counties wells layer properties, and this time I'm looking at labels. And so I'm going to turn the labels on. I usually forget that step. And I just work my way down this box. Method, label all features the same way. Now, is this what we really want? If we wanted to label every county, this is what we'd want to use. We don't want to label every county, so we have to change this option to define classes. So how do we make a definition of which counties to label and which ones not to? So the ones we want to label actually have a count of wells that is greater than zeros. So I simply add that into my SQL query. So I want to label those who have a count greater than, I can type in 0, pick OK. So we're going to label the county name, and we're going to add the halo. So I'm going to adjust the symbol a little bit. Have to go in there pretty deep, pick edit symbol again, and the halo is a mask. So I turn on halo, and I think I'm asking for a 1-point halo mask. So pick OK all the way back out. And now we've applied the labels. Now when I look at this, I see that these say Washington County, Crawford County. I'd rather not say the word county. So I'm going to go back into that and change the field that we're using. So instead of using the name field, I'm going to use the county field. That's much better. So this really is the completion of all the work that you need to do to create the map. You still have a few things to do to tidy it up and make a pretty professional quality map, including the title, north arrows, legends, scale bars, neat lines, photographs, and things of that nature. So that's up to you to take care of that. This hope help you get through the processing part and the critical steps necessary to complete this project.